Despite all its success in the U.S. family car market, Honda has been criticized for not building a minivan or offering a V6 engine for its top-selling Accord. Well, for 1995, Honda has finally responded with the all-new Odyssey minivan and a gutsy V6 motor for the Accord. And guess what? They're both full of surprises. But if you were expecting Honda's Odyssey minivan to look a lot different than the norm, you'll be disappointed. It's a fairly typical two-box design, looking a lot like the Mercury Villager and Nissan Quest. However, being a Honda, the real surprises come in the details. The sharply sloped front end is lower and rounder than competitors, making the Odyssey somewhat easier to maneuver in tight spaces. The Odyssey's overall height is also quite low, meaning that it's garageable even when cargo is left on the dealer-installed luggage rack. But here is the biggest difference between Odyssey and other front-wheel drive minivans. There is no sliding door. The right side rear door is hinged like a car, and so is the rear door on the left. Honda's research indicates that most buyers want minivans with a back door on the driver's side, a feature both Chrysler and GM will offer on their next-generation minivans. Standard Odyssey LX seating is for 7 with a split bench seat that easily folds forward. 2 easy-to-remove captain's chairs are optional and standard on Odyssey EX. Under the single-piece rear hatch of all Odysseys is a long, tall, if slightly narrow cabin. Note the spare tire is mounted inside. That sets the stage for the Odyssey's cleverest feature. The rear bench seat can be quickly dropped into a floor well for instantaneous room for bulky loads. Passenger loads are safe in the Odyssey with dual airbags, side door beams, 5-mile-per-hour bumpers, a heavy-duty hatch latch, and 4-wheel disc ABS brakes. Odyssey is built on a strengthened Accord chassis, so not surprisingly, major mechanical bits are virtually identical. Here, the LX Accord's 2.2-liter 16-valve 4 generates 140 horsepower. Highway cruising is effortless, although Odyssey's 4-cylinder works mighty hard on hills or when heavily loaded. Also, like Accord, the Odyssey has a double wishbone suspension at each corner, a first for a minivan. All contribute to the Odyssey's other standout feature, the most car-like ride and handling of any minivan. Cornering roll and nosedive are well controlled. Prices for Odyssey should start at about $24,000 when sales begin in January. At that time, we'll also have lots more to say about Odyssey. However, we'll already say that we hope Honda decides to put a V6 in the Odyssey while its innovative design is still fresh. After all, Odyssey is based on the Accord, and the Accord just got a V6. Finally. Yes, it too was a long time coming, but we can tell you it was well worth the wait. Under a gas strut-supported hood that is about 3 inches longer than other Accords is a new version of the 2.7-liter V6 that powered the first-generation Acura Legend. Attached to a new 4-speed automatic, the 170-horsepower V6 catapults the Accord from yeoman family sedans into the realm of near-luxury cars. It gets there fast, too. 0 to 60 in 7.7 seconds, or almost 2 seconds faster than the 4-cylinder Accord. The suspension has also been tweaked to carry the V6 Accord's extra 144 pounds. Anti-lock brakes are standard on both the $22,300 LX V6 and the $24,950 EX V6, with the top model also gaining a sunroof and leather interior. Like the Odyssey, the Accord V6 gets our full road test treatment soon. But it's obvious that Honda is moving to broaden its product lineup, cementing their role as an automaker that designs cars with Americans as primary buyers. We just hope the next pleasant surprise happens quickly. Earlier this year, one of the most eagerly awaited family vehicles of the decade finally arrived. Honda's minivan, the Odyssey. And the Odyssey looks set to become a true sales success. Now, our first stint with the Odyssey was limited to just a few days, but then it came back for a year-long stay, and we got to give you Motorweek viewers a much better idea of what all the fuss is about. So here for an encore performance is the Honda Odyssey, this week's road test by request. With the minivan segment one of the most competitive in the industry, Honda's new Odyssey needed to offer buyers something different while maintaining Honda's benchmark quality. So the company exhaustively studied what types of people buy minivans and how they use them. After digesting all the data, Honda decided to build not just another minivan, but a flexible family mover, one that is easy to drive and to live with. Confirming our first impressions from last fall, Odyssey is the most car-like of all minivans to date. Both LX and EX grade Odysseys ride and handle much like the front-wheel drive Honda Accord. No surprise there, for Odyssey is based on the Accord chassis. But here's an even bigger difference: 4 doors. Regular hinge doors at that, not sliders. Doors just like an Accord sedan. Wide flat door sills and a very low step-in height make for easy entry and exit. Standard LX seating is for 7 with a 3-place middle folding split bench. In the 6-passenger LX and in our EX test van are these captain's chairs. They're both lightweight and easily removable even without a sliding side door. Behind Odyssey's large hatch, you'll find a 3rd seat and the inside-mounted spare tire, the reason this bench only seats 2. Yet it's also the slickest Odyssey difference. Just by removing the headrest and turning 2 rotary latches, it neatly folds into the floor, giving 6-passenger vans 102.5 cubic feet of cargo space with all the seats removed. 7-passenger LXs make do with slightly less. All Odysseys are powered by a specially tuned version of the Accord's all-aluminum single overhead cam 2.2-liter 16-valve 4-cylinder engine. It produces 140 horsepower and 145 pound-feet of torque. Honda engineers paid particular attention to mid-range power, and given the Odyssey's almost 3,500 pounds, a 0 to 60 time of 10.3 seconds is a pleasant surprise. However, with even moderate loads or on a steep grade, the little 2.2 really has to work hard. The only Odyssey transmission is a 4-speed electronically controlled overdrive with grade logic control. That's Honda's version of fuzzy logic, and it reduces hunting for gears on hills. EPA fuel economy estimates are 20 city and 24 highway. We managed 22 on our test loop. We are impressed with the ride and handling qualities provided by Odyssey's 4-wheel double wishbone suspension, another Accord adaptation. Cornering is well controlled with little van-style roll. Also, like top Accords, Odyssey has 4-wheel disc brakes, plus an anti-lock system is standard on both trim levels. We were delighted that pedal feel is much firmer than typical for an ABS-equipped vehicle. Inside the tall, if narrow, cabin are attractive interior fabrics, more car-like features, and the fine ergonomics that Honda is known for. Besides the expected driver's airbag, there's one for the passenger along with 2 glove boxes. Gauges are clear analog units, but we'd prefer a smaller speedometer paired with a tachometer, which is not available. The large front bucket seats look comfy and have a variety of adjustments, including power height control, but they're too firm for our taste and have 0 lateral support. A tilt steering wheel is standard and goes a long way in accommodating most body types. Most controls are only a short reach away, but it's also quite easy to bang your knee against the large center stack. Idiot-proof switchgear runs the main heating and air conditioning system. Plus, rear passengers get a second AC unit standard. And these 2 dash-mounted cup holders have 4 siblings in the rear. When occupying the rear seats, you'll be able to see the view directly ahead thanks to raised theater-style seating for the 2nd and 3rd rows. And the price for this milestone minivan? Well, the LX starts at $22,985 and the EX at $24,995. Our test van's roof rack and floor mats brought its sticker to $25,319. That sounds high until you start pricing the competition. And others agree that the Odyssey should be a real minivan player. Autoweek said, Odyssey is a well-finished, generally refined, generally classy minivan that can be more fun to drive than most of its competition. While Automobile Magazine noted, but as good as the Odyssey mechanicals are, it is in interior packaging that it breaks new ground. Honda achieved a minivan ride that approaches the Accord. Honda's initial sales goal of 25 to 30,000 units a year is very modest, and we think every Odyssey produced will find a willing buyer. What they'll get for their money is a different interpretation of the minivan, a unique people mover with loads of car-like attributes, easily flexible seating and cargo carrying abilities, and unparalleled safety. And that's what the fuss about the Odyssey is all about. With the explosion of today's sport utility market, more and more people want to get off the beaten track. Author Tony Hugel has recognized this and produced some of the best guides that we've ever seen for those who really want to get away with the whole family. California Desert Byways, California Coastal Byways, Sierra Nevada Byways, and Idaho Off-Road all offer concise directions, clear maps, and excellent advice on how to get the most out of your off-road adventure. Be sure to join us next week for more Motorweek and a hotter hardtop Dodge Viper. Plus, we get our first drive in Cadillac's new European import, the '97 Catera. I'm John Davis. We'll see you then.
To order a video cassette of this program, call 1-800-422-0064 or send $29.95 plus $4.95 shipping and handling to Motorweek, Post Office Box 55742, Indianapolis, Indiana 46205.